Hello and welcome to FTTR. I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today we're going to be talking about my biggest fears for wrestling in 2021. Now, this could be quite a pessimistic, depressing video. I'll try not to make it that way, but yeah, these are things that are just in the back of my mind where I'm like, please don't either happen again or happen in general. So, number one is a big booking thing and relates to something that I said in my hopes video. I have a very specific Royal Rumble winner that I want. Check out the video. But one that I really don't want to win is Goldberg. Now, it seems like they're building towards Roman Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. They tried it last year. It was weird. Roman Reigns just came out. And yeah, I don't think giving Goldberg the Royal Rumble win to then probably lose to Roman, because Goldberg's not going to beat this version of Roman, is he? It'd just be a waste. It'd be a complete waste. I think you need to use the Rumble to elevate someone new. And that person I've already spoke about. But strapping it to someone who really just doesn't need this at all. He's already had the Universal title last year. It feels like it's almost one big year at the moment. But he had it, and it was awful. It was really bad. We don't want that again. Fair enough, do the match, but you don't need to waste the Royal Rumble win on Goldberg. So yeah, that is my first fear. My second fear for 2021 pertains to AEW and their women's division. Now, we know it's not been the best in their first year, or first year and a bit, but I think AEW is taking really good strides with its women's division. I think Abaddon will probably win the belt off Shida. I can't see anyone else taking it off her, really. I think maybe Britt Baker, but I don't know. I think Abaddon is the right choice, and I think that they just need to give more time to the women's division. But my fear is that they're not going to. They're going to keep them in that same slot just before the main event, where it seems every women's segment goes on AEW. I want them to branch out, maybe have the women's main event be a good start. Maybe, I think they're having the title match, is it next week? Abaddon versus, or is it, yeah, it's on one of the New Year's Bash shows. New Year's Smash. Yeah, it's New Year's Smash, I think. Yes? That will be over my face. But Abaddon, yeah, that should main event one of the nights, I think. I know you've got Kenny Omega versus Rey Fenix, but to make your women's title feel as important, maybe have that main event one show and the men's title main event the other show. I think they just need more time, more, I don't know, just cohesion, and they're telling a good story with Shida and Abaddon, but it's just in that one slot. They just need to branch out a bit more, not keep it the way it is. So my third, relating to the Wednesday Night War, I think my fear is that NXT will stay on Wednesdays. Now, there was a brief time in 2020 where NXT was on, did it have a few days, a few consecutive weeks? I think it was on a Tuesday, or it was on a Wednesday unopposed. I know there was one time it was on a Wednesday unopposed, and it did really well in the ratings. I don't see the point in NXT competing with AEW at all. I mean, they're pretty much fighting a losing battle at this point. NXT just need to focus on doing what they do best, and that is just constructing amazing matches around sometimes just decent storylines, because the work rate in NXT is what makes it the way it is. I think that NXT should move nights. I don't want to see them stay on Wednesdays, because they're just getting compared to AEW, and they're just getting beaten by AEW. I don't think it's how it should be, really. NXT is a great show. They've really picked up in the last few weeks, and they just need to be on a separate day, basically. They don't need to be competing with AEW other than just pride. And my fourth take is, now, this is a difficult one, because I'm excited for this project that I'm about to talk about. I think it's coming out in 2021. It could be pushed back, but who knows. And that is the Vince McMahon Netflix 4-part series. Now, I'm excited for this because I'll just eat up documentaries. If you've seen my other list, I love wrestling documentaries. The issue I have is that with Vince still around, we've seen how he changes things, particularly in the Ruthless Aggression documentary on the network. It is really dependent on how Netflix want to take this, because Netflix do some phenomenal documentaries. Tiger King, for one. And Tiger King was a really deep. It's kind of the same thing. It's not kind of the same thing because there was murder involved. We don't know, but Vince is just this eccentric lunatic, basically. From every story we've heard, Vince is he's a madman. He's nearly insane, and I hope that they do it justice. They don't sort of cancel out or take out all the bits that are important, like the dark stuff, like the way he just tears up scripts. I don't want it to be this puff piece, which I feel like maybe the Hulk Hogan, Chris Hemsworth film might be, and what the Ruthless Aggression documentary was. So I want this to be a nitty gritty look at the way he runs his company, basically. I think that Netflix have dabbled in the world of wrestling. They did the documentary about Hulk Hogan and the sex tape trial, the trial of the Free Press documentary, and that was really good. I think it was definitely Netflix who did that. I think it's a Netflix original. I'll double check, it'll be over my face. But the Vince documentary here really needs to be, I don't want to say an expose, it needs to be honest, basically. And I'm fearful that it won't be like that. It'll just be talking about how great Vince is. So yeah, cautiously optimistic for the Vince McMahon documentary. And the fifth hope is, this relates to everything that's going on at the moment, but also to NXT UK and the British scene in general. And that is that I think in recent years I've wanted to explore the British scene more, go to places like Riptide and Progress, and I'm hoping that places open up and the British scene can thrive again, because NXT sort of really cut off that by taking all of the wrestlers, and get the Progress in a relationship with WWE now. They're getting stuff on the network and they'll probably be able to swap stars between shows. But I want to go to some of these independent wrestling promotions and just see them thriving, I think the UK scene, from what I've watched some WCPW, I've watched many Riptide DVDs, and it looks phenomenal. I'd love to see Cara Noir live, for example. But I really think that the British scene just needs to have a boom again, like it was before. Put on killer matches, and just have a great run in 2021, if everything is safe, of course. So those are my hopes was the other one. I'm going mad already. These are my fears for wrestling in 2021, and I hope some of these don't come to fruition, particularly the Goldberg one. That one just is always there in the back of my mind. It's just Goldberg's face right there in the back of my mind, and I just want wrestling to be amazing in 2021. I hope it has a killer year. So thank you everyone for watching my video. If you've liked, check out my hopes for 2021. That video should also be up. Don't know which of these will come out first. We'll see. Don't want to do the negative first or the positive. See how I'm feeling after I've had food. But thank you everyone for watching, and keep safe and have a good day. Thank you.